All right, so welcome to my virtual campfire today, everybody. Clearly, my voice is not normal. I have been sick for several days. I am getting better. I'm going to try to push through this video. It's probably not going to be very long, but if you're new to the channel, a special welcome to you. This is where I do my level best to try and steer you away from trouble and connect you with some of America's most trusted RV dealers. Today is Sunday, October the 27th. And we're just over a week until Election Day. If you have not yet voted, please let your voice be heard on November the 5th, please. So, I apologize. My wife goes, "You sure you want to do a video?" I said, I don't want to, I just have to. So today's video, I think, is going to be in part because of the division that we're seeing, and maybe that's because it's an election year. But today, I'm going to talk about, well, you're going to probably think that I'm making a passive-aggressive swipe at some folks who I think they probably won't get it anyway, but I'm going to give it my best. So my hope is that today's video resonates just a little bit with everybody. And if my gut proves right, I think it will. But the ones who really should get it won't even realize that I'm talking about them. As always, I welcome your input and your comments, but let's go ahead and jump right into it. Today I'm going to talk about the man who knows everything. That's right. You know people like that. I know people like that. They're not the kind of people that I enjoy being around. Do you like to be around somebody who is always right? Do you? I describe him, as I said, the man who knows everything. You've seen him. You might even know him. You may watch him on TV or hear on YouTube. You might even be dealing with him right now online. He's the guy who just can't resist chiming in, dropping in his so-called wisdom like it's the final word from some undisputed oracle of truth. He knows every topic. He has an opinion on every issue. And of course, it is the right one, right? I mean, how could it not be? He's the guy who most of the time, this is men for sure, but trolls relentlessly, not out of curiosity, but because he can't help himself. He has to appear superior. It's a compulsion. He needs to be right no matter what, to one-up you, to show the world that no one else has the mental prowess that he does. And don't bother trying to reason with him, because reason is not what he's after. It's not. He doesn't care about understanding. He cares about winning. He cares about really having the last word. But here's the kicker. Most of these men who know everything, they are nothing like their persona is in real life. You know the type. They hide behind their screens. They tap out their critiques, their "I know better" responses, thinking that the world will see their genius for what it is. Meanwhile, in the real world, they are failing. They are. I don't know how much longer I can talk. They're not living the life of success and superiority that they pretend to be living. They are not titans of industry. They're not wise sages. They're not great thinkers that they so desperately want to be seen as. Most of the time, come on, Wingman. Most of the time, the man who knows everything is pretty dang lonely, I think. Well, I wonder why. Here's another observation. It's an observation I've made about these men. Their lives are generally anything but orderly or smooth. For all their talk, all their supposed knowledge, they lack the very basics of common sense and decency. They harp on others' shortcomings. But when they look closer, they're not exactly handling their own lives with grace. Their homes are generally in disarray. Their work is subpar. Their personal relationships, if they have any, a lot of times they're a mess. They're not just lacking empathy for people, they're lacking the ability to manage their own chaos. All right, is this ugly? I know it probably is, but it's just kind of an observation, and I can oftentimes be wrong. I can be. Okay, here's something else. Many of these men who know everything are lazy. They're downright lazy. They find more pleasure in criticizing and critiquing others than in actually managing their own lives. I mean, why fix your own problems when you can sit behind a keyboard and poke poke holes in everybody else's. It's a whole lot easier, isn't it? It's easier to play the role of armchair critic, armchair quarterback, than to get up and actually do something meaningful with your life. It's easier to tear down somebody else, something else, than to build anything worthwhile for yourself. That's a fact. These men, most of our men, I think that they lack empathy. They don't want to connect with others. They don't care how their constant need to be right always makes other people feel uncomfortable. They don't care their relentless need to poke and prod shuts down conversation rather than fosters it. In their minds, I think that the world would be a better place if everybody was just as smart as they were. Forget kindness, forget understanding, forget mutual respect. It's all about being the one who knows best, the one who knows everything. Like I asked, you think I'm being ugly? I don't know, maybe I am, but I think it's the truth. Nobody cares, what's the saying? Nobody cares how much you know unless they know how much you care. No one cares about your facts and figures if you're dripping with arrogance and disdain. And nobody is impressed by the guy who can never admit that they're wrong, never show any humility, never offer a hand without, I don't know, a hidden stick hitting somebody. The world does not need more men who know everything. It doesn't. It needs more men and women who know how to listen, how to connect, how to be a decent human being. So if you have cringed a little bit today, not just because of my voice, but for some of the things I said, you might be one of those men who knows everything. And I think, quite honestly, that I believe that all of us can be just a little bit self-righteous and over the top from time to time and not even realize it. I hope that you can relate to some of today's chat and that it might encourage you to perhaps, just perhaps, take a little look in the mirror and maybe, just maybe, make a few adjustments. None of us know everything, none of us. And acting like we do is a real turnoff for everybody. Remember, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. The fact that no one knows everything and a little bit of humility can go a long ways towards bringing us all closer together. And yes, from time to time, I can probably appear to be somebody who thinks that they know everything. I don't have all the answers. Believe me, I don't. And I'm not trying to insult anybody with today's video, but just trying to give you some things that you may want to consider. That'll do it for today. Let me know your thoughts down below. Finally, if you have not yet voted, please go out and do it. November the 5th is next week, and we need everyone who is registered to vote to let their voice be heard. Thank you for watching. The Wingman is out of here. I got to get some more coffee.